Hey guys, Dan the RBRT Guy back with you again. Hey, thanks so much for coming back this week and checking out the new video. So this week, guys, I just want to start the video by saying thank you very much. You know, the channel's closing in on 1,500 subscribers. We've had some great growth, and I really love and appreciate all the comments in the comment section. Please keep them coming. So this week we're going to head back up to Utah and revisit Bjorn in the bike shop. He's going to put RBRT Torx through the paces and the socket extractors, and he did it in a very interesting way, and I think you're going to love it. So settle back, enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the break.
Okay, so we got the rotor, and we got a couple bolts to put it on with, and we'll go for just my normal T25 right here. Definitely Torx tools, so that Wera works pretty well, but definitely Torx tools are one where I'm a little less picky. You know, I would say Torx is a little more forgiving overall, but when you're in trouble with Torx, you're really in trouble, at least with bikes. So I think one of these, let's just not over tighten, leave mostly unmolested, and try to get it with the socket extractor is my first thing I want to try, because these are the real shallow button heads. And then this is definitely a pretty high value one for bikes. I've definitely written off wheels because we couldn't get the rotor bolts out. Okay. So you got a worn rotor on there. I mean, that's just, you know, I mean, if you really wanted to try, you could have a machinist or whatnot, give it a go. But generally speaking, and that's turning right now. It's slipping a little bit. So I could go and, you know, to get that out faster, but like I can get that with my fingers. So now we'll go ahead and over tighten a bit. So I guess let's quantify how tight I'm going to go. So we'll go to 10 Newton meters, which is for Shimano rotor bolts, which have a torque spec of 4, is a decent amount over, but not necessarily unrealistic for how tight people sometimes tighten these. And that actually cammed out the Wera before we got to click. Let's see if that will still, nope, that's gone. Okay, and try the other one too. See if I am a little more meticulous about keeping that aligned if we do any better. Don't think we're going to make it that far. We'll step it down to 8. Figure that will be doable. Yep, so we definitely were at 8 there. So let's see what both of those. So I guess we got the one that's got the damaged Torx now. And that was a pretty decent quality bit socket. Okay. Sure. So on that damaged one, this one's not severe. Oh, like butter.
Took it right out.
Took it right out, so not severely over tightened. So I guess this one now, I want to try loosening first here, see if it, wow, that was the one where we're like, the bolt was starting to yield a little bit. Right. I could feel that stretch. We weren't going to make it to 10.
Okay guys, I just want to break in here for a minute and talk about what we just saw. Clearly Bjorn cammed out that Wera bit to the point where the Wera would no longer engage the fastener. Now, we're not here to slam Wera or any other tool company. Wera is a good bit. But what I want to do is just call attention to the fact that when the Wera would no longer engage, RBRT was able to get down into the bottom of that fastener, anchor in, and pull out that bolt. And then it was also able to turn right around and tighten it right back down again. I truly believe that if Bjorn would have used RBRT in the first place, he wouldn't have cammed out that bit at all. So let's go ahead and get back to Bjorn. He's got a little bit more socket extractor stuff he wants to do. I know you're going to like this. We'll see you at the end.
Here, the T25 Wera cammed right out and would not get a good engagement, like wouldn't fully seat anymore.
When you saw it, it slipped out.
Yeah, exactly. So like I tried putting it back in, it would not seat positively. You get a little bit, but you know, you turn that, I mean, you're just pulling more metal out. Sure. And you know, this felt solid going in and out, even on the one that my Wera, which is the highest quality Torx I've used, would not go into properly, let alone turn. So see if we could potentially reuse that. You know, these are like I was talking about, like in a race situation, it might be handy. Normally you got enough of these lying around the shop. I mean, I've got enough here, but I only bring 6 with me. So say I already replaced all somebody's bolts and then another person comes along. It's, okay, so let's try 4. I figure that will be no problem. Yep, click.
And that was the bolt that was cammed out with the other one, right?
It was, yep. That's the one that was just straight up. The wear off would not go back in, actually.
Would not go back in. Yeah, I saw it slip out, cammed out of there.
So now 8, that's where the other one where we managed to make it. Okay. Maybe you're feeling real. That other one was starting to yield at 10, so I don't know, but possibly this is maybe a higher quality bolt. These are a little bit of a hodgepodge of what I had in the drawer, so they're not all the same bolts. That went to 10. That other one, now I'm curious. This is the one where it was starting to feel like it was yielding.
So was it yielding from the tool?
Yeah, possibly.
And the RBRT got it done.
So yeah, pretty impressive. So that's pretty over tightened.
Yep.
Just want to see if we can get that off. So run into that same interference as before. So we're definitely like oh my God. That feels like it's going. Is it going?
Like it's going.
I think so.
Looks like we got it.
So this is kind of the same as that other shallow fastener before. It looks like kind of the way these behave on a real shallow fastener, because you've got that chamfer. It's not necessarily, fully biting, but what it is doing is kind of cutting its own flats.
Absolutely.
So you can just, I mean, it takes a bit of palm pressure to be sure, but good palm pressure, it's kind of creating its own flats, and now, it's coming out no problem. Not necessarily quickly. You're going to have to take it slow and steady. And, right here, what we're also running into is we're hitting the hub a little bit. So you see how we've got those like it's not even bit fully there.
I see that, yeah.
Because it was colliding with the wheel. So, if I really wanted, I guess, to go faster now that it's...
Now you could go over top of it much.
Yep, now I could beat it on a little deeper and not have to contend with the... yeah, right over the top. So now it should just spin right out.
Now she'll come out like butter.
That is super impressive. This is also a, not just significant time saver for mechanics, but, potentially saving customers from situations where we'd write off the wheels, not worth the expense to try and salvage.
Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and leave Bjorn right there for now. I hope you enjoyed this week's video as much as I did, because it just goes to show that nuts and bolts are nuts and bolts. Whether you're working on a $5,000 racing bike or you're under the hood of a Chevy working on a mass airflow sensor, a Torx bolt is a Torx bolt. RBRT will always be your best choice to prevent you from camming them out in the first place, but if you come across those ones that have been damaged, they're your best fighting chance at getting them out. So guys, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. We've had some great growth, really appreciate that. And smash that bell so you can see when the next new RBRT Guy video comes right at you. I'm Dan the RBRT Guy. We'll see you next time. Thanks very much.